Hi everyone, I'm Nicole Turnbull, the CEO of the Psychosocial Safety and Leadership Institute, and I am so excited to be chatting with Lizzie Williamson today. We're going to chat about who Lizzie is, what she offers, why her work matters, and how you can connect if you'd like to learn more. Lizzie, I am so excited that you're part of the Psychosocial Safety Collective. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm having a little happy dance here.
Oh, I can't wait to see you in person in September at the summit. If not before then, hopefully we get to do that. But super excited about that. Now, if for people who might not have met you before, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and what you offer workplaces?
I think we all have things in our life that we know we could be doing or want to be doing or should be doing that's going to help us feel better or work better or think better. All those things we get really stuck at, but we're not doing it. And
Yeah.
this is this knowing and doing gap. And I know this gap so well because about 17 years ago, I had postnatal depression.
Mm.
And I knew that there were things I could be doing to help with my physical and mental health and help me move forward. I just couldn't get myself to do it. It just felt so hard and so impossible. And this knowing doing gap is so common. So most of us have it. So what I do in my work is I help close that gap with people. And I've been
Mm.
dubbed by the US media as the excuse buster from down under. So look at what is there in this gap, all the things that are getting in our way, the stories we're telling ourselves, the mindset, the I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, I feel too guilty, all of the things. And I help bust through that with some very simple words, which is just do 2 minutes. That's
Yeah.
all we have to do.
Mm. I love that. And it just makes it so much simpler because we have this long list of things to do and we want to do more exercise. We want to do more things that are good for us. But I am guilty as probably anyone in it is so easy to just sit there and get through the list or try and get through the list, try and get over the hump. And look, I think people can already feel it, but I want to ask this question anyway. What makes your approach or the service you provide unique?
Well, we've all got our unique ability, don't we? Right? And my unique ability is to be able to lift people up, to motivate them. I lift people up both, physically. I end up getting people up off their chairs, getting them into motion, get them moving, get them connecting with the person next to them, doing all that fun stuff. But then also lifting people up emotionally, because when we think, I see now. I've been so stuck and it's been so hard to take action. I've been stuck in this stress or I've been stuck in this way of thinking or all the things we get stuck in. When you go from that to, I see now this is possible for me to take some action. I can see the sort of action that's really going to help me shift my energy. It's going to help me get me in motion. It's going to help build that momentum.
Mm,
And that feels so great. You get this feeling of, yes, I can do this. And that's what I'm able to give to people.
yes. And we all need a bit more of it in our lives, in our workplaces. And why is this work important to you? Why do you love doing what you do?
It's so meaningful to me because just do 2 minutes is what I would say to myself over and over in my head
Mm.
when I was in that rock bottom place and I was just gone this downward spiral. And every time I'd say to myself, just do 2 minutes, I'd take a little bit of action. I felt myself just very, very slowly inching my way up out of that rock bottom place and started to build this momentum of this upward spiral. That 2 minutes for me became my anchor, my lifeline. When I was there just thinking, I can't do anything. I can't move my body. I can't do all the things. I used to be a professional dancer, so I loved to dance and I couldn't get myself to do that. But when I would say to myself, just do 2 minutes, it felt really achievable.
Yeah.
And it gave me this feeling of, I'm doing something for me. And when I
Mm.
started sharing this message, there was no social media back then when I started doing my first 2 minutes. So I'd send little videos to friends of friends, and then social media came about and I started to spread it and do TV and the books and all that kind of stuff. I started to see that I was not the only one that felt so stuck when things felt so big
Mm.
we're so stuck in this all or nothing mindset. And when
Yeah.
we shift that from all or nothing to all or something, why that's so much better, that little something, that 2 minutes, why that is so much better than no minutes. And when I finish a session, whether that's last week, I did a small group, a sales team of 10, then a few weeks before, I had 1,000 people in the audience. And when I finish the session, and the thing I say to everyone is, what is it that you need? What is it that you are going to do moving forward? And everyone straight away just goes, do 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's all we have to do. So people can hang on to that 2 minutes, like I was hanging on to it as well. And you can apply it in so many different areas of your work life and your home life.
Yes. And it's like 2 minutes away from your desk, or
Mhm.
2 minutes to, I've got a mini trampoline, and I know how good it is for you. And the other day I went, I should do 10 minutes. And then I was on it for like three, and I'm like, I'm going to kill myself. It's too much. But 2 minutes is achievable. And even just reading for 2 minutes, like a couple of pages, don't try and read a whole chapter. I find if I start with 2 minutes, then if I've done my 2 minutes, then great, I've done something for the day, and then the next day I can add to that. But sometimes you kind of get into the flow and you go, oh, actually, I want to do a bit more. So
Just
start.
keep going a bit more. That's right. Yeah, you get that psychological benefit from taking action where you
Yeah,
start to feel a bit more motivated and then build momentum. And if
yeah,
only we could look, we can't get rid of the voice in our head, the excuses voice that I call it. We can't get rid of it, but it's great to have something to say back to it. And in fact, my daughter last night, she's in the final year of school, and
mm,
I said to her, Ruby, you've been sitting quite a while now, time to get up. And she looked at me, she goes, I don't have the time. I said, hold on one moment. And I ran to my office and I got the thing that I use with audiences all around the world because I've been dubbed the excuse buster from down under. Held it up. It's my excuse whacker fly swatter. And I just said, what, Ruby? Just do 2 minutes. And I gave her a whack. Excuse busted. It's very light.
yeah.
But I use this with all my audiences to get them to, a fly swatter or something like that. And
Yeah.
so when they say to, we get in having an excuse buster buddy, I don't have the time. Just do 2 minutes. I feel too guilty. Just do 2 minutes. And so
Yes.
this idea of going, okay, that 2 minutes, it busts through those excuses. It gets us out of that all or nothing thinking, and it gets us started.
Yes,
That can often be the hardest thing to do.
it is.
Mhm.
It is.
So remember this. I'll send you one of these. You can give it a little whack of your excuse.
We'll need to have a few at the summit, I think, as well.
Yes, we will. We'll get some.
And what kind of organizations or leaders do you enjoy working most with?
Oh, gosh. Do I have a favorite audience? I work with so many different industries. You'll listen to podcasts and things, and I say you got to niche your industry and niche your people. And yeah, yes, of course, and I get that. But it's funny how many different types of government,
Mm.
corporate, non-for-profit fundraisers will
Mm.
be in. So who would I work with the best? I mean, I really think it's those people that feel like they need a boost.
Yeah.
And what I hear when someone gets on the phone with me, it's just say they wanted to talk to me about, going to speak to their workplace or their conference. Our people are feeling like this doing, so much with not enough. They are doing, they've been under a lot of pressure. There's
Yeah.
been so much change.
Yeah.
They really need something to energize them, to
Mm.
motivate them, to inspire them, to give them this boost. But
Mm.
what we also need is some tools, some strategies of
Yeah.
how we can use this in our actual workday. So I
Mm.
love working with leaders because every time I speak to a group where there's not the leaders and I say, what is it that you need? One of the things they will always say is, we need our leaders to not only say this, but to do it themselves. And
Yeah.
so when I get to speak to a group of leaders and say, give them that feedback, you need to be role modeling this if you want your people to have these, be more engaged and be more energized and more present at work, all those type of things. So I
Mm.
definitely love speaking to leaders about that, and just and groups.
Yeah.
Anyone that is just happy to have some fun, that really
Yes.
feels like let's have a moment to connect with each other, to
Mm.
have a laugh, to try out all this stuff, even if it feels a bit, oh, I don't know whether I want to do it. Because there's something about when you do these things together, you feel it, and when you feel things, you remember them. I'm sorry I
Yeah.
couldn't give like a more exact
No.
to that one. That's quite a tricky one.
It is. And it's perfect because it's a type, it's not an industry, right? So,
Mm,
and I feel like you are also a real circuit breaker. If you
mm,
need something to refresh and recharge and to uh yeah, be a circuit breaker
mm,
to move forward
yeah.
and
Mm,
shift and change or just have that boost, your yellow energy helps to do that. And
mm,
everyone that meets you and hears from you feels that as well. You can see that energy and that vibe in the conferences that you speak at. And I am so excited for you to come and speak at ours. It is just going to add such a unique perspective because I find when I go to conferences, you often get one really good speaker and a couple of tips. Uh, but what we do is find incredible people like you and have, six incredible speakers with multiple tips. And
mm.
yeah, your uniqueness is going to bring so much energy to after lunchtime, which is normally a bit of a lull. You're going to turn that around. I'm so excited about that.
Sure are.
And look, if anyone's listening today and going, well, I don't want to wait until the summit to see Lizzie, what is the best way for either the community or people listening to learn more about you, to grab your book and to connect with you and find out more?
I really love connecting on LinkedIn.
Yeah,
I really love that platform. I share a lot on LinkedIn, a lot of videos, tips, that sort of thing. And of course, you can go to my website and sign up for my email there. And every couple of weeks, I'll send you a 2 minute motivation, just something that you can implement into the next couple of weeks
yeah.
to really go, oh, yeah, this small thing that I could start doing. Let's see if it can start making a big difference to my life.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, Lizzie. I will include those links in your collective directory hub profile as well as on YouTube so people can access them easily. But just want to say a huge thanks again. I am so incredibly grateful for you being part of our network and part of our lives and love you for the work that you do and the impact that you have on organizations. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I'm only here because of you. So I'm so grateful for you as well. And what a lucky, lucky community to have you.
Oh, thank you, lovely. Appreciate it.